Hello and welcome to Optimized FBL. We are going to be looking at Game Week 4 results, my transfer plans, and Game Week 5 team results. So yeah, let's just get into the team. Starting off in net, we got Sanchez. He played Brentford over the weekend and got the nice clean sheet. That's good to see. He's got 2 clean sheets out of 4 games. Solid start. Fixtures coming up, still looking pretty decent. I'm not looking to get rid of him anytime soon. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper for the time being. And yeah, just keeping it pretty consistent with the goalkeepers. I don't want to be making too many transfers of goalkeepers just because I feel like they can be considered a waste of transfers, considering a lot of goalkeepers score very similar scores at this price range. So yeah, let's move on to the defense. Starting off with the big points in defense this week. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 12 points, clean sheet, full bonuses, got an assist, played the full game, obviously. A fantastic game for them against Leeds, 3-0. The red card definitely helped, I'm sure, with the keeping the clean sheet at least, because there wasn't much attacking, or at least Leeds had some attacking impotence to that point. But yeah, so it's a very good results. Trent's been on fire, getting a shitload of points. 34 points so far in the season from 4 game weeks is a fantastic score. He's basically a midfielder almost at this price. Yeah, he plays right in the midfield, gets clean sheet points. He's like Dallas of last season, but a lot more consistent, which is awesome. Let's hope he can keep up these results. Next up, we've got Luke Shaw. Maybe you could see that United were a bit unfortunate to concede that one Manquillo goal, but he got the assist to Ronaldo's goal, I'm pretty sure. What a debut from him, by the way. Ronaldo getting 2 goals, absolutely unreal. But yeah, so Shaw getting his assist. No bonus points because of how many goals were scored in the game by Ronaldo and Fernandez. Yeah, just a good performance overall. Happy that he's getting points. I would like to see him keep getting these points because I definitely think that at his price point, 16 points over 4 games, pretty decent, averaging 4 points a game. Could be doing a little bit more for 5.5 million, but we'll see. In a couple game weeks, he'll probably be moved on for one of the Chelsea boys, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next defender. Livramento and Southampton with a surprise clean sheet against West Ham. Really happy I ended up picking him. I thought that he definitely had the least likely chance of keeping a clean sheet out of the 4 defenders, including goalkeeper. Just because I thought West Ham were going to be a really good attack. Well, not that they are a good attack, but just like in this game, I thought they were going to have a really good attack and score some goals, but weren't able to. Yeah, so we're just happy that Southampton could keep that clean sheet. I'm not expecting too many clean sheets from Southampton this year, so that's why I'm okay with having Livramento because he's such a cheap price. But yeah, he's definitely not somebody that I want to be playing every game week, just when I absolutely have to. Just our midfielders, we got Salah, the vice captain of this game, of this game week. Very decent result against Leeds. Got a goal, kept a clean sheet, obviously, just like Trent. So yeah, got 8 points. Decent outing. No bonus points, unfortunately, which is understandable. The defense was really good that game. So they were creating a lot of chances. So not that surprising he didn't get any bonus points. But yeah, honestly, 38 points from 4 games. Very decent, very decent. I think Salah is probably something that's going to be in my team probably the entire year. I don't see any reason to get rid of him. I don't see any midfielders that are worth the same, like that can do the same thing that he can. Son maybe, but I don't think it's worth going down to Son compared to Salah. I think Salah is someone that I'm just gonna keep the entire season, and I'll try to get Son in with him if I want that premium. Other than that, I don't see any value in the other midfielders. Who's another one that could be an example? Maybe De Bruyne. But just with Man City's rotation and his injury record, I just don't think that he's somebody that I'd want instead of Salah. So I just think Salah is he's the perfect man for midfield. I don't think I'm ever going to see him not in this team. So yeah, excited to see what he can do this season. Hopefully he can keep up with what he's doing. Diogo Jota's up next. Pretty unfortunate to not get any points, to say the least. Mane had his shooting boots on and was able to, hit the target from that pass. Oh, that pass across goal, that would have been nice. Would have got Jota the assist, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Manny did end up scoring later on, but not from a Jota assist, so it is what it is. Would have been nice if he could have gotten one, but kept a clean sheet, got 3 points. Pretty good. I think he'll be playing next game as well because of what's his name. Firmino is out injured still. It looks like he won't be back for next game, so keep Jota, keeps his starting place, which is really good. That's what we want from Jota, and yeah, we'll have to see how he does next game week. Greenwood up next with the solid 5 points. Got an assist in the game against Newcastle. Pretty sure his assist was also for Ronaldo, but it wasn't like a real assist. It was a shot at the net, and then the rebound Ronaldo put in for the first goal. So we take those. It's nice that we can get those points. But yeah, honestly, it seemed like he played a pretty good game. I didn't actually watch the game myself, but I've seen the highlights. It seemed like he did pretty well. Hopefully he can continue scoring. I know he's gotten 3 goals in 4 games now. He's been producing every single game, either getting a goal or an assist. So if you can keep that up, that'd be fantastic. But I'm not expecting too much from him in the next couple of game weeks, just because they are quite difficult fixtures. He's got West Ham, Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester up next, the next 4, and those are pretty good defenses, other than maybe I'd say Everton's. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot from him compared to the other games he played, but let's hope that he can still get something from them. My man Rafinha, 2 points, the most expected result I could have said about this game week. I said it in the last video. I wasn't expecting anything more than 2 points from him, and he got exactly what I was expecting. He played the 90 minutes, and that's really all I was ever expecting from him in this game. I mean, it's Liverpool. I can't expect too much from him. Yeah, just now that we have him for some great fixtures coming up. So I'm really excited for that. So he'll definitely be a mainstay in the team for at least the next, probably, I don't know how long, probably the next 7 game weeks. 5 to 10, so that's 6 game weeks. He'll be in this team starting every single game at the very minimum. Probably even some of the game weeks after game week 10, because like Leicester, Spurs, Brighton, Crystal Palace, those are still pretty good game weeks as well. Especially if Spurs are going to keep playing the way they're playing. So, yeah, I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's got his 2 points, which is unfortunate, but I wasn't expecting too much, so take what we can get. Next up, and the man that I was worried was gonna hurt my game week, but ended up producing just as much as Ronaldo, is Lukaku, scoring 2 goals in the game against Aston Villa. I'm really, really happy about that, because that's kind of what I was expecting, but I didn't want to say it out loud too much, that he was going to get a couple goals. Yeah, I mean, Villa had their backup goalkeeper in net. They were missing, or they actually ended up playing Konza, which was a little bit to my scare, but it worked out in the end. But yeah, no, I think this is perfect. I think this is exactly what I wanted from him, and I'm really hoping that he can continue this. The next couple game weeks, I would have probably preferred to have Ronaldo, because he's playing, I think they're playing West Ham and, I just said it, West Ham and Aston Villa, which would have been perfect for Ronaldo. I think those are good games for him. And unfortunately, Chelsea played Tottenham and Man City. But after seeing the way Tottenham have been playing, I mean, the way they played against Crystal Palace and the way they played even against Rennes in the UEFA Conference League, I think Lukaku gets some goals here. To be honest, I think he can, and I'd be very surprised if he didn't. Honestly, at least I think he can get at least one in the next 2, which I think is good enough, considering he's just going to be my vice captain for both game weeks. Up next, and the biggest disappointment of this game week, is Antonio, -1 point and suspended for the Manchester United game. Yeah, he got 2 points for the minutes, -3 points for the red card. I mean, just a very unfortunate game, to say the least. I don't even know what to say. Just very disappointed. Yeah, gonna have to probably find a way around him. Gonna have to probably make some transfers to figure out what to do with him. And yeah, my thought process right now is either to take Antonio out and bring Bamford in, or it's take Amarte out and bring either Semedo or Tierney in. One of the two. I think Arsenal have a great upcoming fixtures. I think Wolves have great upcoming fixtures for defensive points. So I could see myself bringing Amarte out and bringing one of those two in. But I could also see myself taking Antonio out, because his next fixtures aren't even that great anyways. He's got Leeds, which is a good game, and so is Brentford. But then he's got Everton, Spurs, Villa, Liverpool, Wolves. I think those are actually pretty hard game weeks. I know Antonio's been on fire lately. He's been scoring in every match. He even scored in the Europa League today, which was great for him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. All these defenses seem like they'd be really good other than Leeds. So I could keep him for this game week and then get him out next game week after Leeds, like game week 7. I just think that probably Bamford would be better to have than Antonio. But we can talk about that in the transfers anyways. But yeah, -1 point. Very unfortunate. If anybody captained him, my heart goes out to you because that is very, very unfortunate. Yeah, let's move on. The man I spent 4 points to get into the team because of Wilson's injury, Jimenez, gets us a solid 1 point. Yeah, just also a very unfortunate game for him. I mean, they're playing Watford. They got 2 goals. One an own goal, one a goal from the new man. I want to say Hwang, or maybe it's just Wang. I don't actually know. But yeah, didn't get the goals, but he's got good expected goals. He has to score eventually. I just think he has to score eventually, and I think that his fixtures look fantastic for him, and I think that he can do it. I'm really hoping that he can find his shooting boots and finally get some goals. This week the bench didn't do very much. We got Ailing with 1 point, Amarte with 0, and Brownhill with 1. So again, we're not too fussed about it. I mean, there's not ever a world where I was going to play Ailing against Liverpool instead of Antonio against Southampton. There's just no world that that's going to happen. So yeah, I mean it's a 2 point difference. Again, it's only 2 points, not that big a deal. And yeah, there's never a world where that's going to happen. So overall, decent week. Not too many bonus or not too many bench points missed out on. So yeah, that's good to see. So looking at the predicted score for this team, it was 62.2 points, and the overall actual points was 73. But it obviously with the -4, it would be 69. Nice. Yeah, so 73 points from this team. Again, beating the predicted score by almost 10 points, or just over 10 points. It's pretty ridiculous. So if we can continue to do that, that would be amazing, but I'm not expecting them to keep doing that because at some point predicted scores will come in and be higher than what our actual score is. I'd love to think that my team can keep outperforming my predicted scores every week, but I think that's just unrealistic. But yeah, let's hope we can keep doing that. Looking at the overall score, we're at 325 points, which is very decent. We're averaging about 80 points a game week, which is ridiculous. It's very unsustainable, and obviously the last couple of game weeks we've slowly been seeing that go down. The first game week with 100 points definitely an outlier, to say the least, in our data. But yeah, very happy to see it, and hopefully we can continue. The game week or not our game week overall, our overall score went down just a little bit, only 2,000 ranks. We're still in the top 50k, which is fantastic. I'm just hoping that we can continue there. I want to keep finishing every game week within the top million. If I can get in the top million every single game week, that's how you win FPL, just points wise. So yeah, I mean that'd be pretty fantastic. So let's hope we can continue doing that. Okay, let's look at the transfers for this team. I took some time to think about it. I looked at the next couple of weeks and what I want to do with my transfers and trying to figure out what my future transfers are. I used the live FPL transfer planner to see what teams I wanted to play with, and then in the future, depending on which players I picked, whether I picked Bamford to come in or if I picked Tierney or Semedo, and out of the teams and out of the players I would bring in if I brought those players in later in the future, because obviously Tierney for Amarte is an extra million pounds compared to Antonio to Bamford. It's only 0.2 million. So yeah, looking at what I can do with the extra funds and how I can spread it around my team, it seems that the best and most optimal way to play the game is to take Antonio out. It just seems like the best way to do it. After looking at the data and the predicted scores, I'd be around 10 points back if I went the other way and decided to go a different route. So this seems to be the best route possible. And then, like I said before, Antonio's fixtures, I don't love them that much, and I like to play the game. I like to look at fixtures a lot for games. I know form is really important, but I think Leeds can still score some goals, and especially against the teams they're playing, I think it's definitely possible. And I think that West Ham's opponents are a lot harder than Leeds, so I think that think playing weaker opponents will bring up XG, and XG is what I'm looking at for when I'm picking these players. So, Bamford in for Antonio. It's confirmed, it's done, and yeah, we're looking forward to the game. Let's look at the confirmed Game Week 5 team and who they're playing. Starting off in net, we've got Sanchez. He's playing Leicester at home. I am expecting a solid 2 points. Maybe 3 points, honestly, because Leicester do like taking lots of shots. Maybe Sanchez could get some saves, but I'm really not expecting them to keep a clean sheet against Leicester. They've got a lot of attacking firepower. We got Vardy, Madison, Barnes. I think that those guys have been definitely underperforming this year, but I think they can definitely start to pick it up and score some goals. Yeah, especially Barnes in particular. I don't think he's scored a goal yet, and I think he's definitely a good player that I think can definitely get some goals. So I don't like Brighton's chances of a clean sheet here. Trent Alexander-Arnold against Crystal Palace is up next for my defense. Yeah, Crystal Palace at home. Obviously, Crystal Palace did very well against Tottenham in the last game. Yeah, which I don't want to be reminded of, to say the least. But yeah, Crystal Palace at home. I think that they can keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. I know they brought their new striker in. I know Zaha been playing really well, and so is Gallagher, who are definitely players that I'm keeping my eye on. But I think that Liverpool definitely keep a clean sheet this game. I just think that their defense is just too good. Their goalkeeper is too good. And I just think overall as a unit, they're much stronger than Tottenham are. And I think they can hold that clean sheet for sure. Moving on, we've got Luke Shaw against West Ham. I like Manchester United's odds of a clean sheet here, actually. I think without Antonio in, I think they can keep a clean sheet. And because I think they can keep a clean sheet, I think that their odds of, or I think because Antonio's out, I think their odds of keeping a clean sheet are definitely a lot higher. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that game. I'm hoping Luke Shaw can maybe even get some attacking returns again. If he gets some attacking returns and a clean sheet, it'll be like Trent last week, probably 12-pointer. That'd be fantastic for the team. I'd love to see Shaw starting to get those big hauls that we expected from him a little bit probably at the beginning of the season. So yeah, let's hope he can pull through and get something like that. That'd be awesome. Up next, we've got Ayling against Newcastle. I would have said that I actually was a little bit worried about them because of their defensive injuries that have been happening. I think they've lost like 3 out of their 4 center backs they had for the season. But I'm definitely looking forward to the Newcastle game because I think that the fact that Newcastle are missing Callum Wilson is going to be a big blow to them. As a Callum Wilson owner from the past, I was really excited about him playing this team until he obviously got injured and I had to get rid of him. But yeah, I like Ayling's chances of a clean sheet here. I think that he can do it because I don't think that they have that strong of attack. I mean, Joelinton and Saint Maximin are great players in their own rights, but I think Leeds can hold them to a clean sheet. I think 3 out of 4 clean sheets in the defense, I think is definitely something that's possible this game week, similar to last game week. I think that my defense has some great games here that they can do well at. And I think it's also a lot to do with their injuries. I think that if West Ham had Antonio and Newcastle had Callum Wilson, I'd say that I probably was only expecting 1 clean sheet, but with those 2 injured, I really do expect 3 clean sheets from this defense. And our captain for this game week is Mohamed Salah against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are a team that I think can be got at. I think that their defense is definitely one of the weaker teams in the league, and the predicted points really love the idea of Salah against Crystal Palace. I think it's like they're projecting like 8 points for Salah against Crystal Palace, so I think he's a no-brainer captain choice this week. I don't think there's much competition. The only one that would probably be competition for him is Ronaldo, if I had him in the team against West Ham. But again, I think Crystal Palace is just a much weaker team than West Ham. I just think that Salah's a better choice for this game week, and I think that it's going to show. I think his effective ownership is going to be like 150, probably like 175 this game week. It's going to be super high. I wouldn't expect anything other than that. The next midfielder is Jota and Mohamed Salah's teammate for the game against Crystal Palace. I think again that I think that he can get some points here too. I think that as long as he starts the game, which I think he will because Firmino's still out injured, I think that he can start and get some points. Yeah, so I'd love to see a Jota pass to Salah goal. That'd be fantastic. A nice little assist and goal for my captain. Yeah, let's hope that we can see them connect. Or even Trent to Salah. That'd be also fantastic. Just those 3 players working together in this team would be a great game week for us. Up next, we got Greenwood at against West Ham away. I don't know if I love this game week for Greenwood. West Ham are like a decent defense in my opinion. I think they're probably like a top 10 defense in the league. Um, I think they still can be got at though. If I had somebody like Ronaldo, I'd be a lot more confident, obviously. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know about Greenwood because he's gonna be playing more on the wing now because Ronaldo's gonna be playing striker. I'm just expecting. I'm not expecting too much. I'm expecting probably 2 points for him. To be honest, if I'm being totally honest, it's gonna be probably a 2 point game. Maybe 3 points if we can keep the clean sheet actually. So honestly, I'd be okay with 3 points. Think 3 points consistently is something that I could be really happy with. So let's hope we can get 3 points in that game. Up next, we got Rafinha against Newcastle. Newcastle defense super weak. Expecting some goals. He hasn't really been producing much, Rafinha. He's only scored, I think, 1 goal this season. That was against Everton. I'd like to see him get some goals. I could see him getting some goals. I'd like to see him getting some assists. His XG and X assists are things that I think he could that he's been underperforming at, if that makes sense. Like he's been underperforming his XG and expected assists. So I'd like to see him start to get some more goals and some more assists and start putting away those chances, and hopefully his teammates start putting away the chances that he's creating. So yeah, let's hope that he can do that next week. Against Tottenham. At the beginning of the week, I would have thought, or before Crystal Palace, let's say, I would have thought that Tottenham were going to be a difficult game, and I thought that Lukaku against Tottenham would probably be not that great. But I don't know, man. Tottenham have been pretty weak the last couple of games, tying against Rennes, and I don't know. Chelsea just looked absolutely monstrous in the game against Aston Villa. They're just so good. They're just so good. And yeah, I don't expect Tottenham to win this game. I expect Chelsea to get probably 2 or 3 goals. I'd say probably 3 goals is what I'm expecting, and I'm hoping Lukaku can at least get one of them. Yeah, especially because like Tottenham, just all the injuries. We just saw that Mora and Bergwijn are out, so it's gonna be hard for them to counterattack, which is what a lot of the Tottenham's attacks are. So it's gonna be a lot of Chelsea possession and domination in the midfield and attack. And we're also missing 2 defenders. We're missing Tanganga, and we're going to be missing Romero. Yeah, I'd like to see Romero get into the starting lineup for Tottenham, just because I think that would definitely strengthen our defense. But fantasy-wise, I think that it's really good for me because Lukaku, I think, is going to have a field day with Dyer and Sanchez. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But I think that Lukaku can definitely get some points this game week. Up next is Bamford against Newcastle. Again, like I said before, for Rafinha, very similar. I think that he's been playing really well, Bamford. He hasn't gotten too many goals. I think he's very similar to Rafinha. I think he's only gotten 1 goal so far this season. That was against Burnley. And yeah, I'd just like to see him produce what he's expecting. I think he's been producing his expected goals and assists so far. It's only about 1 so far for the last 4 games. I'm just hoping that against a weaker team that it could go up a little bit and hopefully score some goals. I'd like to see him get on the score sheet. I think the next like 7 game weeks are really good for him. So yeah, I think he was definitely worth the bring in. Yeah, I'll just hope that he can produce. I'd like to see him produce in the first game week. Honestly, that'd be really nice to see. Finally, the last man on the list is Raul Jimenez. Yeah, he's just got to score eventually. That's all I really got to say. He's got to score eventually. Brentford been a good defense. I think they got like 2 or 3 clean sheets so far this season. Yeah, very decent team, very decent defensively. I'm just hoping that Wolves can find their feet and start getting some goals. They've been like all right recently. They got 2 goals against Watford, which is good, but I mean one of them was an own goal, so you know how good is that really? And yeah, just most of their games. I mean, they haven't. Yeah, that was their first real goal was by their new man Hwang. I would really like to see Jimenez get on the score sheet and for Wolves to start scoring some goals. So let's hope they can do that this game week. For the bench, I've mixed around the order. I've put Brownhill first against Arsenal, then Amartey, and then Livramento. I just think that having a midfielder come on in case somebody like if Bamford did actually have something wrong with his hamstring, like we've been worried about, and they've said that he might have, then I would prefer Brownhill to come on than Amartey because I think that Amartey is more likely to come on for like a 1-pointer, 75th minute substitution appearance, while Brownhill's more likely to start the whole game and get 2 points, maybe 3 points against Arsenal or even more. And then, yeah, Livramento, definitely at the back of the bench. He's playing Manchester United away, or Manchester City away, sorry. He's not playing. He's not playing this game week. He's going to the very end of the bench, and he's definitely staying there. I don't want him on the field. So, the predicted points for this team was 62.9, which is a pretty decent score. If we can do that, that'd be really nice. I guess they were really liking Salah captain. They're liking Lukaku against Tottenham. And the predictor definitely likes Bamford and Jimenez. They are averaging like 5 points a game according to the predictor. So that's, or at least that's what they think they're going to be getting every single game week, is about 5 points on average, which they've been almost doing, or at least Bamford's almost doing. He's got 4 points on game per average, and then Jimenez, I think he's only gotten he's probably like a 1 point a game average, or 1.5, I think maybe actually. So yeah, let's hope that they can actually start producing to what their predicted score is. But I'm definitely a little bit hesitant on that. So that's why my prediction for this game week is a 59 score. Just under the predicted score, not too much, only 3 points. Or I guess 4 points if you round up to 0.9. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I'm just not sure they're all going to be coming from my team. I like Jota and Greenwood and Rafinha, but they haven't only Greenwood's really been scoring a lot of goals this season. I'm just a little bit hesitant. I'm just a little bit worried, being a little bit more pessimistic this game week. And yeah, I think 59 points would still be a really good score. I think that's still getting me in the top million for this game week, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully it doesn't drop my rank too much. And yeah, overall score and rank didn't change. And yeah, that's everything. So thanks for listening and watching, and I hope you guys have a fun game week. Hopefully we can get some big points. Yeah, so cheers everybody.